Shalom, all praises to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai Bashem Rakah Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and the others, great millstone of all world. Blessings to the whole elect, teaching this word in all sincerity and in truth. In the sincere hopes that we may edify and feed the flock and the lambs of Yahushai, especially in these last days. And I'm just gonna go straight into Second Kings, the book of Second Kings, the second chapter. And this has relevance today, or to me today, based upon what happened to me today at work with a little demon individual that had spirits on him clearly, and he took it upon himself to mock me, all right, while I was on my job. And the spiritual thing about it is that I was kind of thinking to myself, today is a pretty gloomy day for me. Because you have some days, we're in the flesh, man. Sometimes you have them days where you're super on fire, and then you have them days where you're just like, you feel a little bit physically drained, and because the scriptures speak about they shall wear out the saints of the Most High. All right, let's see if we can get that scripture, wear out. Let me see. Yeah, this is Daniel 7:25. And he shall speak great words against the Most High, and shall wear out the saints of the Most High, and think to change times and laws. Alright, but the point is, they shall wear out the saints of the Most High. And who are the saints? The saints are the Israelites. Okay, Psalms 148 verse 13, let them praise the name of the Lord, Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, for his name alone is excellent. His glory is above the earth and the heaven. He also exalteth the horn of his people. Alright, and who is the Lord's people? Right, it's going to go on to tell you the praise of all his saints. Who are the saints? It's going to go on to tell you even of the children of Israel, which the word there should be sons. Alright, children, Ban Yesharallah, a people near unto him, praise ye the Lord, which Yesharallah is the Hebrew word for Israel, and it means he is a prince of the power. Alright, and so that's who the saints are, man. We're getting worn out right now. So I was being worn out, and like I said, I was conversating with a brother over here in London, and we was talking about a couple of things. And he had made the statement, man, like, what kind of kingdom is this? And I said to myself, you know what? That's that sighing and crying, man. That sighing and crying spoken of in Ezekiel, the 9th chapter and the 4th verse. All right, because there's one thing that an identifying, mark of the man of the Lord is that, guess what? They're not going to be in the spirit of mirth. Like you see the rest of these wicked of our people that are out here, all up in the spirit of mirth, doing whatever they want, thinking that there ain't no repercussions for what they do, partying, bullshitting, going to football games, movies, nightclubs, pubs, bars, clubs, inside joke. But, these people don't consider, the times that they're actually really in. And the scriptures clearly say that we're not in the time of mirth, man. All right? Here it is, we've got a mindset of, meditating on the prophecies. And if you knew what the prophecies entailed, then you really wouldn't be in the spirit of mirth. You'd be in a spirit of in a house of sorrow, man. You'd be, pretty much be meditating on the things to come. You want to be right. You want to be saved. Well, like Ezra say, what did he say? Woe is me, who shall deliver me in those days? That's the kind of mindset we're supposed to be in. This is a great urgency that we're stressing right now, especially in these last days, that we seek Yahweh Bashem Yahushai with all our heart and all our soul. All right. So let's read this scripture right here. This is Ezekiel 9:4. And the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushai said unto him, go through the midst of the city and through the midst of Jerusalem, and set a mark upon the foreheads. All right. And that word mark there is in the Hebrew is thawah, which means an exemption from judgment, which that's going to be on the elect. all right, upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and that cry for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof. So there's so much abominable filth that's surrounding us in these last days. Too many to count, that really rubs us up the wrong way, and that's a identifying mark of a member of the Lord, or a man of the Lord, that really hates this place, because they're going through so much hell, and all you can do is really when you speak to brothers and you get with brothers, holy conversation, you speak about how wicked this place is, and the conversation. If your conversation is, if you meet up a guy and the guy is talking to, oh man, this place is great. There's so much to do, and he ain't even thinking about inflation. He ain't thinking about the time of Jacob's trouble. I mean, that guy is not in his right mind, because clearly it says, speak about setting a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and that cry. All right, because this place is not our rest, man. The scriptures tell us that clearly. All right, but anyway, going back to when I was going to the supermarket, and on my way in there was this youth, man, sitting in a van. And he looked like a young lad. I don't know what age he was, but he looked like a young lad anyway. Let me just put it like that. And he said to me, "Oi, geezer." And so I heard that voice. I turned around and I said, "Shit, is he talking to me?" So I looked right at him. This kid looked like an oversized Chucky doll, man. Any of you brothers ever seen the horror movie Chucky, or you got the movies Chucky? It's like a horror, like a doll that rolls around with a knife with a fucked up looking face and just puts people to death. But this geezer looked like the oversized Chucky, man. And he said, "Oi, geezer, you dropped something." Now, immediately when he said you dropped something, I knew that it was probably just a prank. But I said he might. I gave him the benefit of the doubt. I said he might be, he might be just helping me out. But in the back of my mind, my gut was telling me this guy's just a troll. He's taking the piss. All right, because I've read his spirit. And I said to myself, there ain't nothing on that floor. So I looked at the floor. He goes, "You dropped your gay pass or gay card or something like that." And I said to myself, man, I looked back at him and I did not smile, not once. And I just stared at him. Now, for a minute, man, I said to myself, damn, I'm staring for too long, because, we got to be wise as serpents and harmless as doves. We just know that at the end of the day, Satan is going to throw us curveballs to try and get us out of our frame of stability. We have to always remember that we're fighting a spiritual war. All right. But again, let me hold that scripture since I mentioned it. But again, the reason why I'm stuck in 2 Kings, the 2nd chapter here, is because immediately when he did that to me, I thought about and I applied this scripture in 2 Kings, the 2nd chapter, dealing with Elisha. All right, and when you read about what happened to Elisha, just listen good. Check this out. It says 2 Kings chapter 2 verse 23, and he went up from thence unto Bethel. And as he was going up by the way, he's talking about Elisha. All right. It says, there came forth little children out of the city and mocked him. Right? And mocked him. Let's go up into that word mocked and see what that says. Because this geezer mocked me. All right. When I was in the parking lot and I was already having a bad day as it was. I told you, brothers, I had a conversation with another brother over here. He was talking about the state of this kingdom and what kind of kingdom is this. But, he mocked me, man. All right. When I was at my lowest, like physical, I got low energy at the moment. I'm suffering with a lot of hay fever and shit. When this time season comes around, I don't have the best of sleeps, especially when they're, depending on the amount of pollen and all the stuff that they're spraying in the air. And we're being worn out, man. I just brought the scriptures out in Daniel 7:25 about the saints and the Most High being worn out. And we are the saints, so we're getting worn out, brothers. We ain't always going to be doing cartwheels and backflips out here. All right? Brothers be going through some stuff, so, it'll behoove you to try and not put more pressure and stress on the brothers that are actually laboring in this truth, seeing as they're already carrying their cross, And that's for each, and that's for me first and foremost. That's for me, myself. Try not to put more hell on brothers than they're already dealing with on their plate, because everyone's dealing with something. As the scripture says, my son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thyself for temptation. You can't serve the Lord and not be carrying some sort of burden. You have to be carrying a burden. All right. But anyway, the Hebrew word for mocked here, all right, is what is that, qualas, and it says to mock, to scoff at, to mock, deride, to make fun of. All right, and this little brat, this little demon, was making fun of me, man. Now I don't know what the fuck he saw when he looked over at me, but ultimately it's them demons that were speaking through him. Because this geezer looked, like I said, he looked like an overgrown Chucky doll, man. All right, let me get you the image of Chucky, because I keep mentioning Chucky. Chucky.